You're watching LMCC.
Hello, my name is Tim Eiler. I'm the mayor of St. Bonifacius, and I'm here to talk to you about the health of St. Bonifacius today. What you're going to hear today from me is not flowery politician words, just straightforward language. Our city is solidly healthy, but as always, there's still much room for improvement, of course. First, we need more business in St. Bonnie. Businesses bring revenue to a city and also add a critical sense of community vibrancy, whereas residences are overall revenue neutral for a city. We've established a new Economic Development Commission to that end, added to begin the process of finding and implementing ways to attract more business to St. Bonnie. This will be done by helping existing businesses grow sales and increase the probability of their expansion, by improving conditions that attract city residents to start businesses, and by making the city and its situation attractive to business investment from outside the city. We're also working on better government. But notice that I said better government, better practices. There's really nothing wrong with our city government. In fact, it runs very well and it's very efficient. Nevertheless, everything can be improved. We have good infrastructure. Our roads are maintained well. Our water and sewer systems are also in fine shape for a 100-plus-year-old city. To keep them in working condition, however, we must repair and replace road surfaces from time to time. We must repair and replace water and sewer lines from time to time. And while those things are inconvenient to residents, and we fully understand that, it is necessary to keep the place the way it is, which is pretty great. We're also working to improve the attractiveness of St. Bonnie. Our parks, for instance. Updates to the playground at Memorial Park are currently underway. Plans are also in place to upgrade the playground at Missile Park as well. We're also working on baseball field improvements at Missile Park. Our partnership with Crown College remains in place. You'll soon see a new scoreboard at the ball field, in fact. Thanks to the very generous donations of the JCs, along with the Lions and others, the purchase is now imminent, and installation should be this year or before the next baseball season at least. As a side note, the scoreboard that's being replaced will be put up by our Public Works team at one of the other ball fields in the city, which also improves the city. We also are working on a Fire Joint Powers Agreement, or JPA. Our fire department is strong and healthy, but as fire engines and equipment grow exponentially more expensive, it'll be increasingly hard for our small city to continue to operate without huge taxation levy. Did you know, for instance, that the number of fire engine manufacturers has decreased by more than half in the last 20 years? Expenses are growing. Thus, we're exploring that JPA with Minnetrista, Mound, and Spring Park, as well as with an intention to keep the contracts like those we have at Laketown and Watertown Townships alive. City government continues to look forward in order to be better prepared for the future. Use of improved tools like Global Information System, or GIS, Geographic Information, or GIS, will help continue to reduce operating costs and make it easier for public works people to do their jobs and have less effect on you, the residents. Strategic plan development also will be starting soon for the council. Council wants to look forward and figure out what things we need to do to make the city better rather than just doing things on a reactive basis. In terms of communication, we continue to strive to bring city information to you rather than only asking you to actively seek it out. You're all busy people, and I know you can't all make it to the city hall all the time or read the city website. Quarterly newsletter continues to be distributed to the community. It contains information that you want to read every quarter, but again, we want to reach out to you. So residents can also find the newsletter and back copies at the St. Bonnie City website. See at the bottom of the homepage. We're also working to develop a social media presence. I also will be starting recurring meetings with you, the residents, starting this quarter. Watch for information on that. In terms of the social media presence also, I want to stress that I now have established a mayor Facebook presence, and I'm working on doing the same thing on apps like Nextdoor. So watch there for also information. Connectedness is also important. We have things like the clubs that have been in the city for decades and decades. Clubs like the JCs and Lions, the St. Bonnie History Society. These have been strong, continue strong, but we'd like to keep them that way. A lot of membership is aging away, and we want to get newer members involved. Those things make the city more vibrant. St. Bonnie is becoming also more and more a bedroom community, with residents leaving for work in the morning and coming home in the evening after work. This has a lot of impacts, all sorts of them, so we are beginning to work to mitigate this trend. When we're a bedroom community, Fire department volunteers who are here during the daytime to take calls aren't very numerous, so we want to make sure that more local jobs are in place. Again, notice that business I talked about. So we could reverse that. We'd have more members of the fire department here in the town during the day. It also makes it less likely that residents know much about the city or their neighbors from more than a few houses away in each direction. That, in turn, reduces the likelihood that residents want to participate in city activities or volunteer for city government positions. We'd like to make that better. We'd like to get people to be involved, get to know people from across the city. We're certainly not going to know everybody in town, but you can know more. And the more you know, the better the connectedness of the town becomes. Connectedness also shows up in little things too. It shows up in things like the lack of care for the city. For example, residents who fail to pick up droppings from their dogs, who let their animals urinate uncontrolled on public grounds, including in public parks, the wellhead protection area, and other public spaces. In turn, that causes you to be more taxed, to do things like putting up fences and having the public works team have to clean up the messes. Finally, it makes the city less attractive, lowering home values, making it harder to sell property in the city, and making it less likely that businesses will be attracted to the city. So why did I bring up that last part today? Because I believe it's something we can collectively handle. Meet more of your neighbors. Get more involved. Contact me or the city office staff if you'd like to know how you might help. In closing, St. Bonnie is healthy, St. Bonnie is strong, but we can still make it better. But we can only do it together. So get involved.